And our structure, our skeletal structure supports our ability to rotate around the axis at the hips. That we're trapped in our own bodies and can't get out, that's the way it is. If those bodies are trapped in the physics of time and space, or space-time, that's the way it is. Let's start with Pilates. Now from that word I go to the definition or the sentence, contrology is complete coordination of body, mind, and spirit. My particular take on the work of Joseph Pilates, his original work, is that there is an ideal within it, and that ideal can be expressed as uniform eccentric loading flowing through progressive patterns of movement. Experienced as a state of being in the body in the moment of the doing. And you might say here that you have to press the flow in order to find the fusion or the complete coordination of body, mind, and spirit. Because if you don't press the flow, spirit doesn't have a chance to emerge enough to have a complete coordination of it along with body and mind. Which takes us into the Michael Miller interpretation of the word spirit in Joseph Pilates' definition of contrology is complete coordination of body, mind, and spirit. Am I boring you yet? I'm just trying to get this all worked out in my head, and so you can always stop listening if it doesn't make sense, you've heard it before, and you don't need to hear it again. In Michael Miller Pilates, spirit is the observer, spirit is the listener, and the thinker is not the listener, or it would be body, mind, and more mind. So in Michael Miller Pilates is coming from the science of quantum physics in regards to its evidence that the observer exists. Okay? So, and lately I've been laying down a parallel track when it comes to interpreting the observer, and that's to do it through the amygdala functioning in the brain, which is the reptilian instinct part of the brain that is our most direct connection with what's out there. Okay? And so, I don't know. Maybe the observer I'm talking about is just within that processing level of our organism. But whether its state of synthesis is in the amygdala or in the cosmic consciousness of the world, that's spirit in Michael Miller Pilates. And to get to that spirit, completely coordinated with body and mind, you have to press the flow, the pace of your movement, so that the brain can diminish its overburdened effort and connect to and take input from the spirit, the observer, and work with the body to have it all be one coordinated thing. So to press the flow, you have to be familiar with the pattern that you're going to press. Because the more familiar you are with the pattern, even if it's a non-defined pattern, or even if it's loosely defined, or however defined, but if there's no familiarity, I guess there's no pattern, because if it's not familiar, a pattern wouldn't exist. Right? You have to press the flow. Define the fusion of body, mind, and spirit. And to do that, it really helps to be familiar with that flow. And the genius and the stature of Joseph Pilates, in my perspective, is no different than people like Euler and Fresnel and Cornu, that revealed the way it is. See, to me, that's the point about Pilates, about contrology, is that in a very profound way, it's pointing to the way it is. And maybe the next ought to be the way you want it to be. And however the way you want it to be pain-free, and you want it to be as much of what you want it to be as, and with as little interference as possible. Limitation as possible. Meaning, I think it would be nice if by the mere control of vibration in our bodies, we could fly through space like Superman or Superwoman does. It's not unrealistic to speculate on. It's very tough to imagine that degree of control. Which we're back to control, or back to the way it is. And Joseph Pilates seeking contrology, seeking complete coordination of body, mind, and spirit.